As you can tell, this year was wild for gaming. Some ups, some downs, some huge first-party titles, and innovative indie titles filled this year's catalog. Unfortunately, I was not able to play all 964 games that were released this year, so there's gonna be a few games missing on this list. Also, this list is based on my personal opinion, which does make this top 10 objective fact and should not be contested in any way in the comments section down below. Anyways, let's get started on my top 10 games of 2023. I never thought this game would come back, and I was so excited when it was announced back in June this year. Super Mario RPG is a classic turn-based RPG from my childhood, and the idea of playing this game with an enhanced look is a dream come true. What I didn't expect was for this game to be so faithful to the source material. They could probably just call this game Mario RPG HD if it wasn't for the quality of life changes. Ally boost for chaining action commands, being able to switch party members in battle, running by default instead of walking, and of course, the new triple moves, an ultimate attack with an awesome animation to swing the battle in your favor. All the charm from the original game is still here, from the music, to the wacky character designs, to the silly cutscenes. Some of the cutscenes have even been fully reimagined. There are a few weird things in this game though. Early on you get a badge that lets you know if there's a hidden block nearby, but since it doesn't tell you exactly where it is, you have no choice but to just jump around aimlessly. This isn't exactly dignified. Also, there were some rhythm parts that threw me off. Maybe it's just my controller or a skill issue, but I swear I'm hitting these on time. Either way, this doesn't detract from how great this game is. It still holds up today, and I'm so excited for a new generation to learn about this classic gem. While Sonic Superstars didn't quite reach my expectations, another Sonic game went well beyond them. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is a point-and-click visual novel, where you try to solve the mystery of who offed our familiar furry friend at Amy's birthday party. You play as a newly hired steward on board the Mirage Express. You name him whatever you like, and then you name him... What's wrong with my name? You name him Barry and meet our familiar cast of characters. If you're a longtime Sonic fan like myself, then you're going to love the characterization of Sonic and his friends on display here, as it's the best we've seen of these characters since the GameCube titles. This game also carries over the long-lasting tradition of having spectacular music, with the interrogation theme and final boss theme standing out from the rest. If you're a longtime Sonic fan, this is a must-play. It's free, and only takes about an hour or so to enjoy this charm-packed adventure. I've been following the development of this game for what feels like forever. For a while, I started to wonder if this game would ever come out, or if it was even real. I heard it was a spiritual successor to the Wario Land games, which I hadn't played so didn't have any frame of reference for. Even so, I found myself intrigued by the game's unique visuals. The MS Paint-like sprites reminded me of old point-and-click games like Putt-Putt and Pajama Sam, while the art style seemed inspired by overly grotesque cartoons like Courage the Cowardly Dog and Ren and Stimpy. The game finally saw a release in January this year, and hot damn, this game's great. Pizza Tower is a side-scrolling action platformer that has you running through levels collecting pizza toppings, before hightailing it back to each level's entrance before time runs out. I love running through a game at ungodly speeds, and crashing through enemies and obstacles is incredibly satisfying. Every level also has a unique mechanic, whether it's sliding around in a suit of armor, rolling around in a barrel, or just straight up shooting enemies with a gun. And this really helps each level stand out, and keeps the gameplay fresh. Not to mention, each level holds a number of hidden secrets and Easter eggs you can find, making this game addictingly replayable. The music in this game is great too, with a bouncy feel that complements your movement, and fits each level really well. The escape theme is one of my favorites, an energetic, frantic theme, which really encourages you to get the hell out of there. This fast-paced side-scroller is one of the best I've played, and I highly recommend you give it a try. Alright, so technically this game came out last year, but it did get a Switch release this year, and considering how much time I poured into the game, it has to be on the list. Pled Up is a roguelite cooking game where you take orders, assemble ingredients, and run through the tables in a timely manner. I've always liked a good co-op cooking simulator, but this one has a bit of a twist. The goal here is to make it through each in-game day, allowing you to upgrade and redesign your kitchen. The longer you go, the more challenges are added to your restaurant, like more ingredients or a change in your number of customers. The challenging part of this game is if a single person doesn't get their order on time, the restaurant is immediately closed and the game is over. So optimizing your workflow, whether you're alone or with a group of friends, is the key to success. This can be pretty tough to keep up, especially late in the game.
You know, I need a turkey slice! Bear turkey slice!
Turkey slice!
Bear turkey slice! Bear turkey slice!
After enough time, you can start to unlock really cool gadgets to add to your arsenal, turning your kitchen from a humble mom and pop shop to a full-blown factory. The amount of creativity that can be put into a kitchen is boundless, and keeps you coming back for hours of fun. The only part of this game I don't like is its music, which sounds more fitting for a low-budget hunting game.
Difficult to choose? I'm here to help. This is one of a kind.
When Nintendo announced this game back in June, it looked like an exciting reinvention of the 2D Mario series, but I was a bit skeptical. The past 17 years of 2D Mario games had seen the release of 4 different new Super Mario Bros. Games, which were fun, but ultimately forgettable entries to the Mario canon, especially when compared to the likes of Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. I'm looking at you. While Super Mario Bros. Wonder didn't turn out to be the complete reinvention that I'd hoped it would be, it's still a solid reminder of just how creative this series can be. The Bubble Flower and Elephant Fruit power-ups are great additions, and the Drill power-up is a nice throwback to Galaxy 2. The highlight though was the Wonder Flower. This power-up is found in most stages, and drastically changes how you play a section of the level. From making warp pipes come to life, to transforming Mario into a high-jumping Roomba-esque enemy, and even creating a Piranha Plant musical. These effects make each level stand out from one another, ensuring that Mario Bros. Wonder feels just as original as the best of the 2D Mario games. Another aspect that makes Wonder stick out is how lovingly crafted the art style is. Throughout the game, the environments and characters pop in a way they never did before. This is especially clear in the animations. Watching Mario pull his hat over his entire body when crouching, or intensely furrow his brow before performing a ground pound adds a ton of charm to the game, especially when compared to the emotionless animations of New Soup. So while it may not be a total reinvention for the series, I still highly recommend Super Mario Bros. Wonder to those who love a fun platformer with tons of character and charm.
Bye-bye!
I simply wish to share this gift with as many as possible.
Long time no see, rookie.
Bruce, this is Condor 1.
President's daughter, Baby Eagle. It's likely she's in this village.
The Resident Evil series is one of my personal favorites. Ever since I played the Wii version of Resident Evil 4, I have been hooked. playing almost every mainline game since then. Once Capcom released the remake of Resident Evil 2, with plans to remake 3, my hopes were set high for the inevitable release of the RE4 remake. And this game does not disappoint, taking the chilling setting and story of the original and combining it with the refined gameplay seen in the recent Resident Evil titles. Managing your ammo and weapon durability is just as challenging as it was before, but the game is still very accessible to new players, maybe to a fault. It's not a perfect adaptation. Some characters seem to have lost some of the charm that made them special to begin with, and some of the bosses have either been completely removed or changed for worse. That aside, the combat still feels really great. The bosses here are satisfying to defeat, and the merchant is still here in all his glory.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
What do you want me to say? No, seriously, I don't have any new insight that no one else has. This is good game. My opinion is the same as pretty much everyone else's. Lego cars, good. Cool world expansion, great. Sexy Ganondorf, awesome. You get it. You get it? Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let us begin. Don't expect me to be a pushover. Round one. Fight.
Street Fighter has always been difficult for me to get into. I've been a fan of fighting games for a while now, most namely with games like Dragon Ball FighterZ, Rivals of Aether, and especially Super Smash Bros. I don't know what changed since then, but just a few matches in Street Fighter 6 and I was hooked. I even bought a fight stick just for this game. The game just checks all the boxes for me. Fun and diverse character designs, a well-balanced metagame, and snappy, satisfying combos. What I love about this game is it feels like it's not just about outpunching your opponent. Managing both your drive gauge and your super gauge force you to think more deeply about your strategy mid-battle. And taking advantage of where your opponent's gauges are and guessing their next move is infinitely challenging and rewarding. The story mode is pretty cool too, allowing you to create your own fighter and literally take the fight to the streets. Even if the fights are, well, for the quenching of my competitive appetite, Street Fighter 6 solidifies its spot on the list.
As soon as I held forward, I got
Hi, I'm Peter Parker. I'm 25 years old, I have a bachelor's degree in biophysics, and a while back I was bitten by a radioactive spider and got superpowers.
I'm no Peter Parker.
Exactly. You're Miles Morales. You're 17 years old and a student at Brooklyn Visions Academy.
And I also got bitten by a radioactive spider that gave me superpowers. But it's been hard. A hero's someone who doesn't give up, though. And I don't plan to. I don't have a lot of time left.
I will never let you go.
In an industry full of superhero stories about gods, time travel, and multiverses, it's so refreshing to get a small-scale story about two humble heroes trying to protect New York City. It's honestly incredible that this series can stand out as much as it does, and for good reason. Insomniac's Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales set the bar high for how a Spider-Man game should be. Solid and diverse combat, fast and fluid movement, and satisfying and unique stealth mechanics. Fortunately, Spider-Man 2 surpasses its predecessors in almost every way. The web wings allow for super fast traversal of the map, the web line lets you string up multiple targets like, well, a spider, and the web yank lets you move enemies to your will, even off buildings. Don't worry, he's fine. Spider-Man 2 really pushes the power of the PS5. There are no loading screens, and even fast travel happens almost instantaneously. The game looks great. References fill the city everywhere you go, and the motion capture and voice acting are top-notch. There are a few moments though that can break the immersion. The game also has a huge selection of alternate costumes, ranging from good to... You know what, let's just rank some real quick.
I mean, it's alright, like... That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It was perfect. Perfect.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I cannot put down this game. I'm already working on my second playthrough with plans for a third. And despite being completely shafted at the Game Awards, it's still an amazing game and a must-have for any PS5 owner. Here's looking forward to Insomniac's next game. Chances are, you haven't heard of this game. When this officially launched earlier this year, my friends and I thought it was just a cute little game to try out for the day. A one and done. It was free to play, and we needed something to do. What we did not expect was for this game to be exceptionally intricate and addictive. Omega Strikers is a competitive air hockey-like game that has 2 teams of 3 working to score goals against the other team. Each character has an array of special moves that can be used to gain advantage, whether that be hitting the core from a distance, buffing your allies, or attacking enemies head-on. You can craft your team of 3 with strategy in mind, creating a balance of good defense, offense, and midfield support. Or you could just play X.
I'm coming for you! That gets my blood pumping!
What really makes this game special is the awakening system, which adds a special change to each game you play. You might get awakenings that increase power, speed, or health, or a plethora of other effects. This makes every game feel different and keeps you on your toes. Playing this with friends is especially gratifying, allowing you to coordinate your movements and attacks to gain the upper hand. The character designs here are some of the best I've seen, and the soundtrack by James Landino, Garrett Williamson, and others is absolutely amazing. Putting this game here at the #1 spot is not just hyperbole. I have had more fun with this game than any other this year, and will be playing it well into the new year. If you haven't played this game, you have to give it a try. Anyone with a few friends and a competitive spirit can have a great time here. No other game has captured my heart quite like this one, and for that, makes Omega Strikers my 2023 Game of the Year. What did you guys think? This is my first time making a video like this, and I had a lot of fun putting it all together. I'm gonna be making more videos like this in the new year, so if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so. Also, what games are on your top 10? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.